the last review today. I do apologise for so many homebrew reviews. Anyway, welcome to Aggies, Beers, Wines and Spirits Reviews. Today I'm reviewing that. And what is that, you might think? Again, it's another homebrew wine. It's the Butlers ginger wine kit. Now, if any of you out there like your ginger wines, ginger wine and whiskey makes a fantastic ginger mac. We'll have a slightly larger glass here because it's the last one and I love it. Just shows, you know, the evolution of ginger in alcohol. You've got ginger beers, predominantly 4%. You've got Old Tom with ginger, which is about 6%. Blandford Flyer from Badger, which is about 5%. Which is a dark. They're both of them are dark beers with ginger in, and both great. Old Tom just nudges it though, if I'm being honest. Crabby's did have Crabby's Black, which was a 6% oak aged Crabby's, and that was amazing. And they discontinued it. It obviously didn't sell well, but it was still a fantastic ginger beer. Then you move on to ginger wines. Shop bought supermarket ginger wines are predominantly about 12% in strength. Crabby's green ginger wine is very different looking than other ginger wines, and it's 13%. It's probably one of the nicest. It's, for me, it's the number 2 ginger wine on the ever anywhere. Ginger wines are great with whiskies and bourbons because they make what they call a ginger mac or whiskey mac, and yeah, it tastes great together. And when 5 years ago, when I buried my mum, on the day of burying her, I needed a bit of closure for myself, but a very emotional day, and good turnout for the funeral. You know, everyone was behaving, because I was worried about certain elements not behaving. Because, I mean, there's one thing you don't do. You don't disrespect a funeral, or a wedding, really. And, you know, you don't want to have to deal with people afterwards. But I was in no illusions that if someone messed about and acted the fool, that there would have been repercussions, shall we say. But anyway, at the end of it, got home that day. It's about 4:30. It'd been a long day, obviously as emotional as you can imagine. Got home, I needed to be wiped out, so got a pint glass, halfway with brandy, halfway with the rest of the other half with ginger wine, drank it, and I woke up the next day and it was great. So anyway, going on from where I was going on from, Crabby's green ginger wine, the best of the standard ginger wines. We then look at the Stones Special Reserve ginger wine. You can only get it nowadays from the likes of Drinks Supermarket and drinksdirect.co.uk. They're the best places to get it. It's about £7.50 to £8 a bottle. Then obviously you got to factor in postage and packaging. Now, with all that yakking, gets me round to this. This is the Butlers ginger wine kit. It makes, so you got the ginger wine kit itself, which is about a tenner. I actually paid £8 because the box had a dint in it. And they took £2 off for that. Smallest little dints, I'm like, £2 for that? I was expecting the box to be slaughtered, but no, not unlike myself. So yeah, and then a bag of sugar, about a bag and a half actually. And what it makes, after a few weeks, it made, and as you can tell, it looks good, it made an 18% ginger wine, equivalent to Stone's Special Reserve, which is £8 a bottle. This is £2 a bottle, that's 8. So you can see where it is an amazing, it's probably one of the best small beer wine kits rather that I've ever done. And I absolutely love it. I don't have it often, you know. Once every year, year and a half, I'll do a kit, and that's what it's been since the last kit. And yeah, so on the nose, Lovely ginger on the nose. Now if you like your ginger beers, ginger wines, you've also got the King's Ginger Liqueur. And again, these days you're going to have to go to the likes of Amazon, Drink Supermarket and them sort of people. About 20 to 25 quid, but for a 50 to a 70 cl, I would pay a bit more and get the 70 cl if it works out that it's cheaper per milliliter. You know, you have to work out your maths on that. Easy enough to do. And then that's 40%, so it's like a ginger whiskey, in other words, and nice it is too. I mean, you've got these rhubarb and ginger liqueurs, gin liqueurs now, and they're nice, and you know, that is a gin whiskey, and it's so lovely to drink, it really is. You know, back to this fella. And as you probably noticed, I know a lot about ginger drinks because I absolutely love them. Some of my very favourite drinks. So, bottoms up. As a couple of my ex-Sainsbury's colleagues would say. And I'm not going anywhere further on that road. So, good heat from the ginger. If you're looking for a homebrew that delivers, this delivers comparable to commercial brands. And that's always the thing with anything that's homebrew. A lot of the time homebrew, if you're going to be brutally honest, it doesn't compare to the commercial stuff. However, some of the cheaper stuff doesn't. You know, it's close. It's near enough. I mean, it's quaffable, sessionable. As a sessionable beer, a lot of the cheaper homebrew kits are good for that. The cheaper homebrew wines are good in a quaffable, sessionable sense. Table wines and that sort of thing. This is on par with Stone's Special Reserve Ginger Wine. You know, I've no doubt about it. And if you wanted to make it even more fiery at the initial brew, you could chop some ginger root up, boil it, a bit of sugar and a bit of water, boil it, add it to the mix at the very start to get even more fire. And you can also do that trick with when you do ginger beer kits as well. And if you like ginger beer kits, the best ginger beer kit on the market, bar none, is Simply Ginger Beer. You can Google that. It's about 16 quid a kit. It's more expensive than the other kits, funnily enough. Don't bother with Cooper's ginger beer kit because it's just what's up with the yeast in that, but it's crap. It never turns out any good. And I've done 3 or 4 of them and they've all been crap. I've had to use different yeast every time. Wow, such good fire in it. Good alcohol strength. I mean, it's 18%, so you know it's damn good. And I don't have any more than that because 1, I'll be on my back, and 2, I'll get the red card. And I've done well so far. I've kept away from the red cards for the whole of this lockdown, and we don't want to be upsetting the wives, do we? It's alright to have a beer, but not to get too overly steaming. Although I have had some beer. Fucking hell. If I had a blood test now, fucking hell, it'd be about 90% beer. I am obviously joking, about 80%. So, good fire, good ginger in the taste, ginger fire, goes right down your chest, it's really nice. People will mock homebrewers, but a lot of homebrew stuff can be as good as the stuff the commercial boys make because of the effort that goes into it. Especially these people who've got their own little grains, that are doing the grain brews and all that. It's a fantastic area to get into. And if I was lucky enough to win the lottery, I mean at the moment we could do it now really, but if I was lucky enough to win the lottery and I could afford the proper kits, I would go that route and I would be trying to make imperial stouts and you know all my bucket list beers that I want. And one day I'll do a I'll do a video on bucket list beers that you know, that I'd really like to see. I mean, there's lots of beers that have disappeared, and I'm gutted because some of them beers were absolutely fantastic, and I've no understanding of why they've gone. So, oh, the fire, really strong. And obviously the alcohol flipping out. I feel it. Last video today. I'm not doing no more videos. Wow. So, if you go on a lot of the big homebrew sites, or just tap in ginger beer kit, and Butlers ginger beer kit, you will come across. You can't get this in a 30 bottle. If I could get this in a 30 bottle, I would be happy. I mean, you can actually get a vermouth and a sherry in a 30 bottle kit. Now imagine doing a sherry. I mean, I'm not mad keen on sherries, but for the experimental side of me, and my father-in-law, he loves sherry, and it might be that one of these days, as a present, I might do him a kit and just slip him some, see what he thinks of it, and then turn around and say, right, there's a barrel, drink the fucking lot. Well, not in one go, obviously. So yeah, ginger wine. It's on par with commercial. I would say it's on par with Stone Special Reserve ginger wine, but there are slight differences. There's slightly more complexities in the Stone Special Reserve, but obviously then you balance out the cost. I mean, the cost is like £8 for that, £2 for that, and that brings it in. Taste wise, very similar, and overall fantastic. I mean, I didn't. They said you could add more sugar. I didn't add more sugar because that would have hurt, and it would have made it too much sugar. And sometimes that's the thing with ginger wines; they're very sugar heavy, and you know, too much of that is not a good thing at times. So out of 5, on the homebrew side, I'll give this a whopping 4.7 out of 5. For an homebrew wine kit, it is absolutely one of the best you'll get. And if you love ginger wine, you're foolish if you never try it. Trust me, it's that good. But you'd have to follow the instructions down to the letter. Obviously, you'd need something like this, or you'd need a demijohn with, you know, the airlock on. Mix your sugar beforehand. Don't try and mix it when it's in the fucking bucket, because, well, especially if it's in the demijohn, because it's a right bastard to do. I'm not joking. And then let it ferment and do its thing. Then you add the stabilisers, the finings. I can't remember if you had finings. Must have had finings. But you'll get a fantastic ginger wine. And that's it for this review. I do apologise for the sheer amount of reviews today. They've all been like little reviews rather than a proper full-on beer expedition review. We'll be back to normal tomorrow, all back on the beers, and I've got loads from the Tesco's range, and you know, it's going to be great. Thank you everybody for subscribing. Thank you for everybody who comments, even the bots. I love the bots. They make me laugh. And even them idiots that I presume are like some spammers that post some weird stuff, but YouTube themselves take care of that. They're moderators, so saves me doing it. We've gone past, at the moment we've gone past 500, whether it drops down again because people come and go, but yeah, 500 subscribers, and I'm only halfway now towards doing live reviews again. And I like the live reviews. Use my phone, because my phone's a decent phone, and then they took the live reviewing off you, which killed that, and they changed the rules, and that ruined the live reviewing. And yeah, it was a good thing, but hopefully we'll get there one day, and it'll be a journey. We're going to drink some beers, we're going to talk some rubbish, and we'll have a laugh, somewhat. Anyway, thanks for watching. and see you soon. Cheers. Stay safe.